Before the pandemic, the United Nations estimated 6 million people were migrating to cities each month. This influx of newcomers to urban areas is unprecedented in the history of humanity. The result is concentrated poverty, economic desperation, and often chaos in many of the world's cities. This migration also has impacts on our environment. Cities consume 80% of global energy, generate 70% of waste, and emit 60% of greenhouse gases. Meanwhile, rural flight to the cities has left many towns and villages all but vacant and struggling to survive. Focused on the solution of this migration crisis was born Vicis Foundation, which is a non-profit international organization whose goal is to foster sustainable and planned migration to rural towns and villages to support the revitalization and empowerment, and ultimately to create thriving communities. To achieve our goal, we created the program Welcome to My Village, which features 3 pillars: welcome, business, home. In cooperation with local partners, we offer individuals a remigration package of introductions, training, marketing studies, housing and business loans, and settlement support that help to create the necessary conditions for sustainable repopulation of rural communities. In 2014, we selected Argentina as our first site. Unsustainable migration had left 92% of the country's population living in urban areas and hundreds of rural towns largely depopulated. In cooperation with local stakeholders from the public and private sector, we implemented a highly successful, award-winning, and media-acclaimed pilot project in Colonia Belgrano, a rural town of a little more than 1,000 inhabitants, which ran from 2015 to 2019. The results were overwhelming. In the first year, the town's population grew by 10% with new families. Newcomers increased their income by 40%. In 3 years, they created 25 new businesses not related to agriculture business. Local employment grew by 15%. The real estate market growth is also remarkable. 300% more homes were built, and the plots of land acquired to build new homes grew to 700%. A waiting list to rent and buy new homes increases. As overcrowded cities showed their fragility, the demand of families asking to join our program, as well as rural villages wishing to unlock their opportunities, increased enormously. We are prepared to bring our efforts to scale in the next 2 years in other 20 rural towns in Argentina. Besides, more than 20 countries in Europe, Asia, and Latin America are in the pipeline, and we're looking forward to helping them to implement Welcome to My Village in the next few years. You can join our efforts to restore rural areas as thriving communities and give a sustainable solution to the global migration crisis. Support the Vicis Foundation. Be the change.